Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a request. So, what are the early signs of pregnancy before that big fat positive? So I went back and I got 14 early symptoms of pregnancy before missed period. So I had a bunch of symptoms and early signs which I didn't know were early signs until like much later. So I wasn't expecting, to be pregnant. So I went back and I was like, you know what? This is weird. Anyways, so I came up with a list. I put 14 early signs of pregnancy before missing a period. So if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're in the 2-week wait, which takes a long time, I guess. So congratulations if you find out that you're pregnant, and if you're not, then always keep trying, and you will get that big fat positive. Now I want to give warning, not a warning, but like a little disclaimer. I'm not a professional. These were my symptoms, and everybody's different. You might have these symptoms, or you might have none of these symptoms, and you might be pregnant. So don't go by these symptoms, don't go by them, because you are a different body, you're a different person, and your body is way different than mine. And so I just wanted to say that before sharing my symptoms with you guys, because you can be pregnant and you never know, and you might not even have these same symptoms. So kind of disclaimer down there. Anyways, a number one that I always had before missing my period was cramping. Now, for me, cramping, I never had like period like cramps. Like before I even had my period, I never had cramps before my period. Never. I always had cramps during my period, which is different story. During my period, I had cramps, but not before my period. So this was a little odd for me. You would have, period-like cramps, and they're intense. Mine were intense. My cramps were intense. And I was like, something is not right. So that was a number one sign. Yeah, something is not going right, Number two is sharp pains on my sides. Now, this is round ligament pain. Ligament, something like that. But this is round ligament pain, which is very common during pregnancy. But I had like sharp pains in my sides all the time. And for both of my pregnancies, I'm now 39 weeks and 2 days along today. But for both of my pregnancies, I always had sharp pains, before my big fat positive and my sides. So just sharp pains and, just stuff like that. Yeah. Number three, I was emotional. Not that kind of emotional, watching a romantic movie and crying. Not that kind. I was just emotional for everything. Somebody just told me, like, anything. Like, for example, I don't really remember. It's been some time. But I was just emotional and moody all the time. Sometimes I would be happy, and then sometimes I would be mad. I was just all over the place. So emotion can be a sign of pregnancy. Number four, peeing frequently during nights. During nights, especially for me. During nights, all the time. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I was peeing a lot during the night. Like literally every 2 to 3 hours, I would stand from my bed. I was just peeing and peeing and peeing and peeing all the time. So that was a big hint for me, because I never stand up during the night. Maybe once, but not every 2 to 3 hours. Number five, starving. literally hungry all the time, like literally snacking on stuff or eating something. I was crazy. But number 5 is starving, like literally starving every time. Number 6, now this sign, spotting, happened with my first pregnancy, not with my second one. Or as people call it, implantation bleeding. Spotting, implantation bleeding, the same thing. But spotting or implantation bleeding, let's just call it implantation bleeding. Anyways, implantation bleeding, I had it with my first pregnancy, but not with my second. So I was waiting kind of for that thing to happen, like the implantation bleeding, and never did. So I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. This cannot be possible. Like, oh, whatever. And I just continued with my life. But I guess I was pregnant, and I didn't have implantation bleeding. So don't think only because you don't have implantation bleeding you're not pregnant, because you might as well you be pregnant and you never have implantation bleeding. A lot of people have this sign or symptom, and a lot of people don't. I did with my first one, I didn't with my second one, so it can go either way. Okay, number 7, sore breast or tender breast. Me, with both of my pregnancies, this is a very good sign, but with both of my pregnancies, I never had tender breast. Never. And till this day, I'm 39 weeks already, and I don't have absolutely nothing. I can literally do whatever, I can put whatever, any bra, like anything, and I won't have like sore or anything. Like my breasts are, they're not sore or anything like that. Never had any of my pregnancies, but that's a very common sign, so I still wanted to put it down there because that's a very good sign and a lot of people have it. So number 8, bloated or gassy. I was bloated a lot during my first weeks, a lot bloated, like literally, like my first 4 or 5 weeks of pregnant, I was bloated, like bloated all the time. So that might be a good sign of pregnancy. Gassy, I was never gassy, but I still put it in here because a lot of moms that I know are gassy during the first 2 weeks of the waiting, 2-week wait. So gassy too. Number 9, nauseous. And I'm not talking about the nausea, like the one, that morning sickness. I'm not talking about that one, but I'm talking about like the one that you just smell something and you feel like, this is disgusting, like that type of nauseous. But you don't vomit. Sometimes you vomit, I guess, but I never did. I just kind of thought that was gross, but I never vomit. I was just nauseous, like, that doesn't sound right. So type of like that, nauseous. But you can vomit, I guess, if you're sensitive. Your stomach might not really, but I was a bit nauseous. Number 10, some people now, not a lot of people, get a cold. I never had a cold, but I did have a friend that she had a cold while the 2-week wait. She got a cold out of nowhere, and she thought that the symptoms that she was getting was from the cold. But I guess, no, that was from a baby growing inside of her. So a cold can sometimes be a sign, so watch for that. Number 11, breakout. With my second pregnancy, which is this one, I did break out a lot during the first 2-week wait. With my first son, I didn't. With this baby here, I did a lot. And I honestly, just because of this symptom, I honestly thought it was a girl. Because they say that your skin goes, I don't know what, it goes ugly. And look, I'm carrying a boy and I still break out. So don't go, just don't follow those. Because I really wanted a girl, I guess. So I was making stuff up. I don't know. But breakout, it can be a really good sign of pregnancy. If you don't really break out, then that's a really good sign. But for me, I did break out a lot during this pregnancy right now that I am in. So before my period comes, this was a bit tricky for me because before my period came, I always got a pimple, like literally every single time my period came. So number 12, constipation. Now some people can go either way. They could have constipation or diarrhea, or just a bunch of stuff. So This can go either way, like I said, but that can be a sign of pregnancy. I was constipated my first 2 weeks, so that's a good sign. Number 13, fatigue. You're tired all the time. You don't feel like doing absolutely nothing. You are just in bed, just laying down. Nobody knows what's wrong with you, and probably you're the most active person, and you just go to sleep. Like, that fatigue is the fatigue I'm talking about. Number 14, increased sense of smell. This one, oh gosh, I could smell everything my parents were doing from my room, and my room is at the end of the house, and the kitchen is all the way over there. So I could smell literally everything that they were doing. So that was pretty much all the smell. My smell just increased. So those are my 14 signs, early signs. This video was very much requested, and I just wanted to give you guys my signs. And I hope you guys, I send your baby dust your way if you want to have a baby. If you're just watching this video because it just ran through your feed or whatever, yeah, then something is about to happen to you. I'm just kidding. Anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to tell you guys my symptoms, my early signs before missed period. With my first son, I never took a pregnancy test. I just went with my early signs and stuff. And with my second son, I did take a pregnancy test, but with my first one, I didn't. So I will tell you guys a story next video about that if you guys want to hear it. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like always, subscribe, and God bless. And that's pretty much it. Alright, guys, have a good day. I'll have my links down below of my social medias, so go check them out. Alright, guys, pretty much it.